Debbie Coble started working with the international nonprofit and social enterprise Goodwill Industries in 1990 as a store manager, and she's devoted her service to the organization since. In 1996, Debbie became the Vice President of Workforce Development Services, and in November of 2013, she was named the President and CEO of Goodwill Industries of Michiana, Incorporated. Good to have you with us today, Debbie. It's been a while, I think, since we've seen you here. And just for our friends that are watching now, we think of Goodwill as the place you go to maybe bring stuff after you're done with your spring cleaning or clearing up the clutter, which is a great program we'll talk about. But the essence of Goodwill, the purpose of Goodwill, is far more than what we see in the thrift stores.
It is. The thrift stores are actually what fund our mission. We work with individuals that are ready to get back into the workforce, changes in their lives, and put things back together. And so just as you find treasures in the stores at Goodwill, we find treasures every single day of individuals whose lives are changed because they came to Goodwill.
The people that are part of Goodwill.
Yes.
So really it's a community service oriented agency that helps people kind of get back into the workforce and get back into work.
That's exactly what it is. We take the neediest citizens of the community that are really struggling and help them get the skill sets that they need, whether it's the soft skills or whether it's hard skills, and then help them find the employer where their skills are going to match up and then go to work.
What do you mean by soft skills and hard skills?
The soft skills are the things that I say can get you in trouble because they're not in the handbook, but you're going to end up out the door. It's the being to work on time. It's, as much as we'd love to think there's never conflict at work, that's not reality. So how do you deal with that supervisor that just really upset you? How do you deal with that coworker that's annoying? Those kinds of things. A lot of our individuals have a lot of appointments outside of work. So how do you manage that schedule? How do you manage your kids and when all the demands are coming down on you and yet still continue to go to work and be that productive employee that you need to be to keep your job? The hard skills then are those things about being able to do the job itself, whether it's welding, whether it's putting widgets together, packaging, assembling, clerical aspects, those kinds of things. Those are the hard skills.
So there are different divisions and departments within Goodwill that when someone gets integrated into those types of programs, they're learning some pretty basic and some really high-level skills that are going to help them for years to come.
Definitely, because what we really want to do too is when we're working with individuals, I say now I have the best job in the world. I absolutely love what I do. And when we work with individuals, that's what we want them to say, so that we can help them find a job that they're going to be passionate about. So, when it's 20 degrees and snowing outside and you really don't want to get out, what's going to make you want to go to work? What's going to make you want to jump over those hurdles and continue to be successful?
Well, no, Debbie, I know that you have several campaigns that you use to keep people engaged and to, I guess, funnel that money back to Goodwill so that we can keep people employed. Talk to us about some of those campaigns.
Well, we have right now we're doing Goodwill Gives with Feed the Hungry. And so as we're locally, we are doing donation drives and remotes. Individuals who donate during this time, the amount of donations will help us give money back to Feed the Hungry, or so that we're able to help that organization as well. And just double benefits.
That's good.
Yes, double benefit there.
News.
So yes.
You never know what happens here on the Harvest Show. Awesome. But now, so clean up the clutter?
It is. That's the platform that we're using. So until March 1st.
That's the campaign program.
That's the campaign program. Through March 1st, what we need individuals to do is clear the clutter. And that doesn't mean you have to do your house.
Get a head start on your spring cleaning a little bit.
Exactly. But you know what? Do a little bit at a time. You don't have to do the entire house in one setting. Start with a corner. Start with a closet. Load it up. Bring it to your local Goodwill. We have drive-through centers, so all you have to do is drive up. We'll come out and we'll get it.
Awesome.
We'll give you your tax receipt, and then those contributions then will help with the program as well.
Right. And so when we give to Goodwill, whether it's through a program like spring cleaning or clean up the clutter, or making deposits at those nice little depositories, it's more than just giving quality products so they can be resold and help others, but we're actually helping people get to work again.
When you donate to Goodwill, when you shop at Goodwill, you are actually a part of our mission. You are an active participant because you're supplying the necessary tools that we need to have the funding to do what we do, because the majority of our funding comes from the retail stores. We receive very little government funding. We get some private funding, but the bulk of what we get is through our stores.
Now, Debbie, any success stories that you've seen? I'm sure you've seen many, but just one that, someone that their life was really touched and impacted through the ministry of Goodwill.
So I think about a young lady that we have that is now a supervisor at Goodwill. She had a felony, and she came to Goodwill because nobody would hire her. They saw that on her record, and they never would get the chance to know her. And so she came through the program, and you know what? We found an absolute gem in her. And so she started working in our industrial services division, and we saw her skills and we saw her talents. She is a supervisor overseeing other individuals who are coming through the program. And the beauty of that is, you know what? She's been there, done that. She knows what it's like, and she understands what these individuals need to do to succeed in the community. She has a family. She recently got married. She has children, that she is modeling the life that she wants them to learn.
Wonderful.
Learn from her mistakes. Don't make those mistakes,
Right.
but see where I've come and what I'm doing. It is just one of those wonderful stories that we have to
Fantastic.
tell.
Well, during the break, I told you I shopped at Goodwill yesterday. I was looking for
Doing
a
your part.
pageant. Yeah, that's it. You can always count on me to go to Goodwill. Doing my part. I'm working with this young lady who wants to compete in a pageant, and she says, I really don't have the money to buy an expensive gown. Went to Goodwill, and you said there's an event that's coming up where we can get more things and gowns and beautiful items. Tell us about that.
We have Goodwill Glamour coming up, and that's on February 28th down at the Doubletree in South Bend, Indiana. And what we've done is we've done donations where we're getting bridal gowns. We have new and we have slightly used. One time.
Right.
We have bridesmaids dresses, prom dresses, special events dresses, those types of things that are all going to be for sale. So that if you have those events coming down in your life, I'm going to be the mother of a groom here in the summer, so I've got to find my dress for that event. And so it's a chance to get some very special items without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
We've had local bridal shops have donated brand new items for this as well. So it's a wonderful opportunity to come down and not spend a lot of money.
One other quick question, and I know you're doing events here in this local area, but Goodwill is nationwide.
Yes.
I wanted to know, can you shop online for
Yes,
Goodwill?
you can.
Okay.
Shopgoodwill.com.
Really?
It's your 24/7 fix of Goodwill.
And that's across the board.
It is across the board, yes. If you want to shop in your local area, you can do a search online when you get into shopgoodwill.com so that you can shop in your local area if you choose to do that.
Or you can go
Or you can go national. And it's you bid on the item, you find what you want, you
Really?
bid on it.
Very cool.
You can set it up so if somebody outbids you, it'll let you know. So it's 24/7. If you need used books, a lot of Goodwills are on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and those types
Oh.
of things. So when you get a used book, it may very well come from a Goodwill.
So we've got Goodwill Gives, we've got Clean Out the Clutter, we've got the, what's it?
Goodwill Glamour.
Goodwill Glamour
Yes.
coming up as well. And those are just regional programs here, but I'm
Yes.
sure those kinds of things are happening all across the nation. How do people find out? Can they go to just a central Goodwill,
Goodwill.org.
goodwill.org?
And then all
Okay.
you do is put in your zip code and you'll find your Goodwill local and find out everything that's
Do
going
people
on in the
volunteer
community.
their time at Goodwill too?
We do. We have people that do come in and volunteer. Different Goodwills have different setups of what they use and are able to whatever their projects are. The nice thing about it is we have the presence nationally, but we're grassroots, so we
That's
get
right.
to meet the needs of our local community and what's needed. So contact your local Goodwill and find out what they need.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today
you.
here in Harvest. To connect with Debbie Coble or to check out Goodwill in the large sense, you can go to goodwill.org. If you're in this area, just drill right down to the Michiana chapter, find out what's going on, a lot of good things and some great partnerships as well. You can also go to harvest-tv.com. That's our website. We'll give you a quick link back to Goodwill as well. We'll be right back.